here we are with Exalted versus World of Darkness, City of the Bull God, Season 1, Episode 11. We're in December 2021, and we have...
Brendan as the storyteller.
Peter as Sir Rigel Star, the Celestial Censor as Solar Twilight.
Devin playing End of Sadness of the Infernal Exalted.
Holden playing Layla Church, also Infernal Exalted.
And Sam playing Rowan of the Lunar Exalted.
Alrighty, gang. I know it's been a little bit, but does anyone want to recap what we had done last session?
Oh, boy. Okay, let's see if we can speedrun it, because it doesn't make much... It's a lot.
A Sidereal asked us to save some lizards from the Nazis in the center of the earth, and we went and did that. Or we're going to go do that.
That's a good way of summarizing, yep.
That's all they need to know.
Our Sidereal friend merely asked for help. Then we went to Captain Monzai, which is Tobias' mentor. And he gave us some drill to go to the center of the earth, and we went to the spirit world with that. Then we tamed some velociraptors. And then there was a 1v1 bout to figure out whether one will be, become an Anklock, or the Anklock will become a new player character.
Oh, God,
and we somehow made the brilliant decision to throw Rowan into a fight he had absolutely no business winning.
He was going to die. That botch is the only thing that saved him.
Well, I'm sure that you would have enjoyed getting to try out the rules for Dragon Kings.
Yes, because if Rowan had died, I would have been playing the Dragon King.
The one thing you can always count on in this system is sooner or later a botch will come in to fuck up your day. So,
Yes.
Not if I exclusively take actions for my cast skills, it won't.
You know what? Fair. So, last we left off, Rowan had finished drinking the Anklock's Heart's Blood. Now has the Anklock stats. I believe that I've given that to you in DM, Sam.
Yeah, you have, yes.
And you all are now, well, I don't want to say ready to go. You guys might want to wait a little bit for some of Rowan's wounds to heal up a bit.
That might be a good idea.
So in the meantime, are there any questions you guys have for the local Dragon Kings? Anything you guys would like to investigate while you're here? Anything you guys would like to do while you're here? Even if it's just scouting out the area, getting more information, or anything like that.
all of those things. Yeah, we should also probably ask if they have, a medic, because Rowan got the shit beaten out of him.
Yeah, use your dinosaur magic.
Let me look
to
at
fix
the
our
battle
guy.
sheet. How bad did he... Dear God.
Four lethal and one bashing.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's...
Ooh. Oh, wow,
Wait,
bud.
how long's that going to take?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh, the healing rules again.
Healing rules once again.
I'll look that up. Give me a
I
second.
want to say that's going to be like a couple hours for you.
Only a couple of hours?
It's a little more than that. Hold on a sec.
You sure? I'm pretty sure that lethal was 2 hours or something.
I'm so glad I bought that ox body.
Right.
If I had...
Okay, health level recovery time. Oh no. Oh dear. So he is bruised and okay, hold on.
Why are those named rather than by their minus number suffix?
Yeah, the sheet doesn't actually the battle sheet you threw together doesn't actually. So wounded injuries. Okay, so the bashing is going to go away in 30 minutes.
Okay.
The others
Since those are minus ones, wouldn't they just be hurt levels?
Oh, good lord. I have to...
Oh.
No,
Oh,
some of them are
no.
injured. Some of them are injured levels as well. Those take a day.
2 days. Another day. Yeah, 3 days.
Okay.
It's just
3 days and an hour. Yeah.
I think the hour is not really that important anymore.
And 30 minutes.
Okay,
that,
so
that
if we
30
got
minutes,
3
is that
days to kill,
important?
we'll just
Do
investigate
we have
the
3 days to
area.
kill?
Yeah, I think we do. Like,
Yeah,
these
unless
Nazis
one of
aren't
them has,
marching
like,
today.
I think there's a fucking healing
Is there?
power
Um,
somewhere in the
Sure.
pants.
I'm pretty sure this isn't that time sensitive. It's literally a time travel story. The intro to the time travel story is never time sensitive. It's just not how the conventions ever work.
you are completely right. So this gives you
This
guys an
isn't
excuse
Bill
to
and
maybe.
Ted, where they say the clock still is ticking down in Sam D-Man. We're going to be fine.
Yes, but that means we have 3 days of end of sadness, just roaming around, socializing with the lizard men, and like there's no way in hell they're still going to trust us with their time machine by that point.
Gathering even more
God, no.
raptors.
Oh, fuck that shit. I'm not gathering more raptors. End of Sadness realizes that these raptors live in a paradise ecosystem where they have man not fucking things up and they have a better life here. I'm not bringing these fucking things to London after I've met them and bonded with them. That'd be cruel. I am opening up a vet clinic for the Dragon Kings so I can replace any rotten teeth they have with new teeth.
Not a bad call.
Because they're Dragon Kings, which means I can use that amputation, give your limbs back charm, but it specifically says if they can't become fomori, they don't, which means I can do dentist work on these assholes and replace their missing teeth without them becoming fomori. By using
Okay.
They
rapid
become
technology.
fomori?
No, they can't. They can't become
They can't.
fomori due to their nature.
They can't. They
Just like
the soul. Their
Peter-
soul doesn't work that way.
Yeah, Peter, your character can't become a fomori because you're a solar already. Like, if I do surgery on you to give you, like, a robot hand, you're fucking fine. So am I. So's everyone.
Yeah, sounds like a big splat and small splat thing from like New World of Darkness thing. Yeah.
No, not at all. Vampires can become fomori. It's just these things.
Yeah.
Dragon
Ah.
Kings have a soul that does not work. Is not put together anything like a human soul.
Yeah, trust me, Pete. Things can become fomori that are supernatural, and it gets fucking crazy. All right? When a vampire becomes a fomori, it's a nightmare scenario. is why I haven't
Cyberpunk
done-
vampires. That's something.
They become like supernatural murder leeches that like literally become leeches, like the fucking son of the main character in Dune. When it becomes Jabba the Hutt Worm Man, vampires do that.
Oh, when he becomes the God Emperor of Dune. Am I remembering this right?
Yeah,
You
vampire
are.
fomori
Yeah.
go through a similar metamorphosis. It's pretty horrific.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I'll spend the time learning their culture, and I may analyze those ancient hieroglyphs thing with my strange tongue understanding. But learn things directly.
Actually, I just checked, and actually, Dragon King fomori are possible. They're just extremely rare.
Oh, okay, weird. All right, then I don't do
Yeah,
that.
if you've got a sufficiently weird bane that kind of resonates with how they're put together, they could potentially do it. It's just most of
Then
them
I'm not
can't.
doing that. Then I'm just fucking hanging out, not doing a whole lot of work because I don't believe in doing a lot of work. We're gonna go back in time and fight Nazis. I'm not doing any prep work for that. That would spoil it.
Right. Okay.
No spoilers.
No spoilies over here. So, Sam actually just linked it in the chat, but there is a Dragon King path that lets them speed up healing. I cannot imagine that after that great combat that had happened last episode, that the local Dragon King healers would not give healing unto this champion. So no dentistry work. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I'm just gonna hang out and not do anything at all. Maybe I'll just play with my new dogs.
Okay.
I mean, I seem to recall that, like last session, we heard something about they seem to have some sort of vague clue as to what we were, which would make them the first fucking people we've met who do.
Yeah, Undecided doesn't care about that though. Not one bit.
Oh, they're terribly interested in like ascertaining whether everyone else has a voice in their head and or not bulletproof, but like having a fucking explainer, like a basic primer on what the fuck we are, like who gives a shit about that, right?
Okay.
In a word,
I mean,
in a single sentence, that's right, Chief. You nailed it.
So, I'm going to have some of the Dragon Kings use some essence to help speed up Sam's recovery. To basically, he's ready to. Rowan's recovery is ready to go when you all need him ready to go. If that means you guys want to spend a couple days here getting to know the lay of the land, then cool. If not, you guys are ready to go. So with that said, it sounds like Layla is interested in the answer or a potential answer of what is going on.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, so would I be. Well, that's well.
So
those of us who whose education did not lead them to being on a watch list, yes, I think.
Yeah.
okay, so that would be Rowan and End of Sadness.
Do I have to what is
Hey.
my well-being recovering?
You don't really have to do anything while recovering. Just don't get into a fight.
Okay.
While they're healing Rowan, like with their ancient dinosaur magic, does that also include massages? And can they give me one while that's happening so me and Rowan can hang out?
I mean, you have brought and tamed a few local Raptok to their civilization. I'm sure that they'd be willing to give a claw massage.
Wait, these are Raptok, not velociraptors?
Oh, I'm sorry. My brain immediately went to the Exalted version. Yes, they are velociraptors. I'm so sorry.
I was
about to say, like, if we came in riding their children, I'm like, oh shit.
I don't know.
That seems like it falls like. That seems like it. And I mean, I've been taking video of this on my phone. So I was like, oh shit, I would have to delete that. I was like the Rap Talk version of showing up in blackface. Jesus Christ!
Oh no! No, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to say that. I thought that my brain. We're talking about Dragon Kings, and then there were Velociraptors. My brain just immediately auto-completed Rap Talk.
Episode 11, in which the gang gets canceled in the Hollow Earth.
Oh well, I mean, we made it further than It's Always Sunny. Their first episode was the gang gets racist.
Oh my god!
Oh boy.
So yeah, there we go. We all know where we are now.
We all know where we stand.
So, you're getting a massage. It is quite enjoyable. The other two are going to go and talk to the local to the local Dragon King leader, who is who are the underwater ones? The Mosoks?
Mosoc.
Yep.
Who is a ancient Mosok that they've kind of made a big there's an underwater river that kind of flows underneath a bunch of the Hollow Earth, and there's this big pool area with a bunch of signs of the sun or ornaments kind of going across it, and a bunch of different sculptures of Dragon Kings and other things long past. And in the center of it, there's this big pool with very clear water pooling down into it. And after some of the other elders essentially take you all into there, and they're like, now listen, our elder will be here in just a moment. But try to stay closer to the wall. And I kind of think about it, and then kind of when they start talking, they start moving their hands a lot or their claws a lot. He does this a lot, basically just telling you that he gesticulates a lot, but he's a little big. So it can sometimes get in the... There are sometimes accidents.
As in people fall in the river?
As in... He has punched many people.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Yes.
He is very easily excitable despite his age.
I will take that into account.
Fantastic. Now, if you'll excuse us, and they like take out like a small crate that has like a rather large amount of I don't want to say questionable meat, but like just a large amount of meat in it that is like raw, and they just kind of like dump it into like this like community pool sized pool in front of you all.
Chum, chum, chum.
And if you've ever seen, oh god, what is it, the Jurassic Park movie with Chris Pratt in it, the first one with Chris Pratt, that's the only one I've seen, but when the giant like I think, is it a mosasaur, I think, like
Mhm.
comes up and like it's like the whale like grabbing the thing and then like falls down and there's like this huge like splash and everything. That's a pretty good example of like the scale of this thing like coming up and kind of putting like massive like flipper hands and elbows on the edge of the pool and looking to you all with a big toothy smile.
Oh, good lord.
Hello. I heard you had some questions. My name is Twilight Riverspeak. How can I be of assistance?
More and more by the minute.
Hello, Reverend, revered Twilight River Speak. Yes, we. Well, where do we begin with this? There's some questions. You seem to have perhaps answers, and it relates to perhaps what has happened to us. We seem to have a connection to this place, a connection that will make you do some very stupid things. Uh, yes, hello.
You have done stupid things in our presence. This is unlike overworlders to do. The last people that we had here were very calm and collected. Worried, even, I would say. And as that he's saying this, he's kind of like there's like these hints of like small gesticulation as like claws are like kind of doing that circular motion over like the edge of the pool that he's in. But like in like people, it's super like whatever. But for something this size, it's like, oh god, I hope they don't come any closer.
Oh, it's well. No, don't worry. It's well. You, the overworlders here, are talking about the Nazis, or maybe the mages, the wizards. Oh, good lord. Uh, no, I think this is older than that. Much, much older.
Older. And he kind of like, as best as you can tell, Layla, the one of his eyes kind of like goes to kind of focus on you. Does this one speak for you as well?
We're just ordinary people up there on the surface until one day suddenly we weren't, and all of this power and all of this strangeness, none of it came with like a little handy primer or a guidebook or a guide for that matter. And now we're down here, and it seems like you all have been down here for a long time in the deep magic, and you seem to know about enough about us to think that we're the solution to your problems, but we don't really know hardly anything about us, so to speak.
And the weird thing is, I have some memories related to you, so there's obviously some sort of connection.
And just to clarify, is Rigel there as well?
Yep.
Okay. He also kind of looks to Rigel, and they both speak for your wish as well. Kind of
Well,
repeating the same question that they asked Alewa.
we have consulted a lot of will workers and similar sages, and none of them seem to have the answers. So any knowledge you might have would be really welcome here.
Understood. We have dealt with will walkers. Wow. Bleh.
Don't worry, English is a
Will
second language.
we have dealt with will workers in the past, and while they are an interesting bunch, they do not always have the answers, though they do believe that they always will. You all remind us of us. You know, before I could talk with everyone, and as this is going on, he's getting slightly more excited. His gesticulations is becoming a little bit more exaggerated. His like giant claws are kind of moving. Like there's a little bit of like wind gusts being done by this. But before I could remember me, I was a different version of me. You see, we rein is that the right word? We go through a cycle, like a giant wheel, where that we are born and then live and then awaken and then do great things and then eventually we die. And then it starts over. But it's not until the awakened part that you truly are you. So maybe that's what happened to all of you. You just weren't awake yet.
You think we have dinosaur souls in us?
Oh my god.
I think you have the greater souls of man in you.
Well, that sounds a lot like avatars in the form of will workers, and we're not that.
Why not?
Well, we aren't will workers because we do magic differently, and avatars usually talk to everybody, and only End of Sadness has something like that going on.
Oh, okay.
There's. We're not keen on exactly what makes you different from the will workers. Or anyone else. But what we do know is that you've come here and you have been given power, as you've said. So, and he seems to be at like a impasse. Like, how do you talk about something that is like a deep, like primordial memory that you can barely remember, even when you're trying your hardest? And because as the nature of Dragon King souls are, they're just that's kind of what they do. They retain memories, but this has been so long that some of the knowledge is just kind of lost a bit. So they're trying to really dig deep and like you can kind of see it on the giant Mosok's face as like the eyes close, and like it's straining to do that thing where you're just trying to recall like a very primal memory. And when it opens the eyes up again, it looks to you all with like this sadness in its eyes, and it just kind of goes, as like arms raise up and like fall down like mere feet from you all, and it looks visibly upset. The word is on the tip of my tongue, and yet I cannot remember it. It is what you all are is a thing of great beauty and horror. And we remember you in the deepest parts of our souls, but the words are gone. I'm sorry. I wish I could help more. And there's like this look to it as it just kind of like lays down, upset, and like you'd almost think this thing is going to start crying.
Oh no! Oh no! I went to bed. I went
Hoo.
Crocodile tears.
Oh no! No! Not crocodile's tears. Let's pat the giant.
uh, so, in the meantime, studying the temples and all, would they have like anything related to that? Any inscriptions? Because they had a Station of the Sun, what have you?
Yes, going through in the essentially downtime, you would notice in the in all the temples there is a very distinct reverence of the sun. You also notice it in talking to the people. Most of them have some kind of that their family name essentially is usually some kind of like stage of the sun, or like, you know, for those of us who are like keen on everything, it's like a caste mark name is like the family name, and then they'll give some kind of description as the given name. It doesn't always keep with just solar casts. It can go into the darker side of things, like how the abyssals have like daybreak and et cetera, et cetera. At least from, you know, like an out of character standpoint.
The
Just
Anti-Knight.
yeah,
Okay.
but there is definitely that the worship of the sun and the stars and the moon is very much ingrained in their culture. Um, Other things that you would get, because that just kind of lets you just look at their stuff and understand it, right?
Well, as I read the thing, yeah, I can, understand any earthly language, I guess. Which, would that count or not?
Hmm.
I think that
Yeah,
would.
yeah. So I guess that also covers the written language. So yeah, and immerse myself into it and start understanding things eventually.
Okay, yeah. So over time, you can basically just get the exact like understand the exact like hieroglyphs and everything that is essentially the Dragon King language, um, and basically just keep it like kind of like understand it. Um,
Okay, so this isn't like Atlantis, the Lost World, where there are hieroglyphs that are older than their memory, and they've forgotten how to read them, and so on and so on. There's a secret key there.
Let's. If you could make me, and this is going to, I feel like this is so bad of me here. If you could make me a perception and academics roll, or perception and investigation, that's the one. And yes, your specialty does apply.
10 either way. Woohoo! Okay, I'm going to spend excellence in that. That's 20 d10s. And what's the difficulty?
Difficulty for this is going to be a 7.
7. That's 12 successes.
Okay, so in the time that you spend here, however long it takes for Rowan to finish recovering and for End of Sadness to finish getting his massage, you're going to kind of go through most of the areas. And for a while, especially the newer buildings, like, oh, I get that, I get that, I get that. And then as you go into the older buildings, you're going to kind of see how that the language has kind of evolved over time, but kind of reading it backwards. And eventually you are going to get to the most, you are going to get to the oldest ziggurat there, the oldest like pyramid structure there, which is a rudimentary version of the language that you have been studying. It exists more as shapes that have meaning as opposed to like word sounds, like mouth sounds. And what that you can glean with all of those successes is that these creatures at some point worshipped things like you.
Okay.
Or maybe they worshipped a single thing like you. It's a little hard to tell.
Okay.
Well, that would explain why that thing on the mark on his forehead is on a wall here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it seems we have some ancient connection here, but it doesn't really explain exactly what it was.
No. Strange.
Yeah.
So, as you're going about that, is there anything that Layla, Rowan, or End of Sadness would like to do?
I'm just kind of tagging along with Rigel's investigation.
Okay, that's fair.
And Sadness is allowing themselves to be pampered.
How many grapes do you want?
Just whatever they'll give me, whatever they think I deserve.
Okay.
A fistful of grapes.
3 grapes it is.
I wonder their strange tongue understanding, if I analyze the written text, would that also teach me the spoken language, and speaking into the old person, would that jog their memory? Although that might be just a weird, convoluted way of using this charm. And
I think you kind of got to work with what you got.
yeah, sounds like probably like if you have a written language, you learn the written way, and vice versa.
Yeah, it's not really intended to be like the charm that lets you extrapolate what spoken Egyptian sounded like.
Fair enough.
If they were speaking the ancient language, it would probably work, but they're not speaking they're not speaking like old realm over here to you.
Fair. I think we learned enough, I guess, then. So,
Okay.
All right.
Is there anything you guys would like to do about scouting out for the bunker or anything like that coming up for specifically for the mission coming up?
think Rowan's kind of stuck near the healing tents.
You are probably healed by this point.
Yeah.
Have we gotten our essence back yet?
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, it's been days, so
It would
I'd
have been
imagine.
at least a day to heal Rowan.
Okay.
So how much willpower did Rowan get back?
Oh yeah.
Oh god, yeah, he burned like crazy. So if he rested a day, that would be 1. What's his nature again?
What is my nature?
Nature is earnest. I'd say that you were fairly. Let's see. You know what? Oh wait, no, that's essence recovery. Shit, not.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, hey, you learned a secret about the supernatural world. Oh, not willpower.
Yeah. I think he only gets 1 back.
Yeah, I think he probably only gets 1 back.
All right. Stick to the mechanics.
Essence, it's actually kind of a semi-precious resource.
Willpower.
Or willpower. God damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeesh.
All right.
I think we're all ready then.
Okay.
Awesome.
So if you all are ready, they're going to give you guys like a kind of like a very basic map of like where Monsai's bunker is located. It's basically in the no man's land between this village and the Nazi army. How do you all want to go about getting there?
We have to bypass how many Nazis?
That can't be right.
So do we get there quickly or do we get there quietly?
If only we had mountain crossing leap technique, but we don't.
That would definitely be quickly, but not quietly.
I mean, do we need to get over rough terrain? Because I can get us over rough terrain.
Oh yeah, you can levitate all of us.
I would say that the levitation would probably be pretty obvious to anyone who's on lookout duty, so you might run the risk of alerting them. If there's other stuff that you guys want to do to try and mask your presence, that would obviously help.
I'm not sure that just floating through the sky 30 feet off the ground would necessarily make us less easy to spot either.
I could put everybody to sleep.
Well, some of you can transform into some weird creatures that the Nazis wouldn't, well, they probably think like, okay, this is some weird hollow earth spirit thing bullshit. Let's not deal with that.
Rowan can just turn into a deer and prance on over, but that doesn't help the rest of us. No.
See, Rowan can go, kill a Nazi, drink his blood, turn into a Nazi.
I really don't want to have Nazis in my heart library. I can't express this enough.
You don't want some Nazis in your blood?
No, I do not want Nazis in my blood.
So we grab 4 Nazis and we skin them and we wear their skins over top of their skins and their costumes. And then we just walk and act like them and they won't even suspect us.
Okay, are you going to ask him, are we the baddies or not?
No, it's Nazis. Obviously, they're the baddies.
Yeah, by definition.
Having the deer head in and mist of eventide them is actually probably not a bad idea.
So pounce on in, mist of eventide, and then walk back through.
Yeah.
How long does Mist of Eventide take to do for you, bud?
At least 2 rounds.
Okay.
And it lasts for several hours. As long as I can get it off before they attack me, I should be fine.
This deer is casting magic.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanna risk that, I'm super cool with it.
Alternatively,
Go and burn the essence.
Before I was half joking. Let me actually look at Mist of Eventide, sure whether it's a good idea or not.
Because you do have to get 5 successes on difficulty 7.
Right, but also manipulation and occult are pretty high up in what I can do.
Yeah, Rowan kind of excels at that.
Missing Eventide, yeah, let's see.
I don't know what happens if you spirit walk down here. Probably.
Well, you're on the spirit world, so I don't think you can walk.
Yeah,
spirit
probably
thing.
not. It's risky, but if I could go find a tiny dinosaur and steal that form.
So, but again, that doesn't help anyone but you. So, yeah, just get out to the edge of the area we need to get past and put a bunch of them to sleep, and we get the hell past there. The only problem is it's going to spend enough essence to light your anima up.
So I'll have to return to human form or half form.
Yes.
And also, you guys can't breathe in the mists.
Um,
Because it does not exclude you guys.
all caught within the mist, not given express protection by the sorcerer, fall into a deep slumber. So it does have a friendly fire setting.
Oh,
Nice.
that's awesome.
I must have copied it wrong. Okay.
Maybe it's an old edition.
Yeah, maybe I grabbed the older
Yeah,
version.
it's probably just an old version.
So, Rowan, my question to you is which form of yours has more stamina for soaking? Is it the Anklock or the deer?
Definitely the Inklock.
You could always roll up as an Anklock and...
But they're like their mortal enemies. The idea is to not be seen until the spell goes off.
you, and though you're a Nazi dinosaur.
Oh my god!
Wow!
The problem is, as soon as that third essence gets spent, he snaps back to human form.
Yeah.
Right, but as soon as that third essence gets... You have essence...
2.
So you're going to spend 2, and then spend another 2 the next turn. So, like, it's going to flare, but the spell's going to go off that turn. So hopefully you get those 5 successes.
And again,
Yeah.
if you get into the fire, we'll just rain down, like, I have like an artist like tote bag full of like buzz saws that we'll just throw at these guys.
Are you going to get about this?
Okay.
Gonna
So-
what?
Garry's Mod slash
Yeah,
half-life
gravity gun
it.
style. I have telekinesis. I'm gonna gravity gun it. I'm gonna spin a bunch of buzz saws and then fly them into people through a crowd. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna heat them up.
Okay.
Okay, let's do this.
So while that I don't doubt that that Rowan can get this done in 3+ turns is my bet on this. I will let you know that if you cannot get it done on the start of the second turn before they realize what you are and they're going to start opening fire, what I'm going to say happens, as opposed to having hundreds of dudes start firing on you, which just seems dumb and like overkill.
Right.
I think that what I would like to do is I'm going to probably have you roll like Dex and Dodge, and have your next roll for the occult thing be at a at some kind of penalty based off of your roll, as that they are basically doing like a suppressing fire effect on you, like as like an entire army more or less is firing at you instead of you taking. And if you screw up, then you're going to start taking damage.
I have another question.
Yeah, sure thing.
What's the weather look like?
Right now,
For weather effect.
I was going to say it's pretty clear, but there could always be a overcast effect going on. Tell you what, I'll roll a d10. Highs or lows, Holden?
Let's go high.
High, it'll be what you want. Low, it's going to be whatever comes to my mind.
Oh, thank God. The true, real, actual binary for this kind of stuff. High it's everything, low it isn't. It's so simple, God damn it.
It's so simple. It's a clear sunny day. I rolled a 4.
Ah, son of a bitch.
It took me a moment to realize what you were asking for.
Yeah. Don't you have any powers to create weather?
Astonishingly, no, I don't. I do not have that anywhere in the Infernal Toolkit. I don't think.
What
I mean,
about
I don't
something that
know.
would be a sorcery spell?
Yeah.
I mean, there's rain of spiders, but that's not actual rain.
It's not the type of weather
Because
we want.
black cross spells like ice, but that's not really weather.
Well, Ray of Doom, that makes acid pour everywhere that turns into normal water under sunlight.
I mean, that's kind of what I was trying to set up, but the
Okay,
sky
wait,
has to
wait.
fucking cooperate with me.
Does this Hollow Earth have an Arctic setting?
There is the impervious sphere of water. That has water in it.
Does the Hollow Earth have an Arctic setting? No,
Yeah,
I
like
don't believe so.
is there a polar cap somewhere? Well, it's a Hollow Earth where like the Land of the Lost lives, so there'd be like mammoth areas, right? Does it's the Land of the Lost?
I mean,
Where
I
else
don't
would the
think
cavemen
that
and the
it
Yetis
does.
fight? Like it's the Hollow Earth. Where are the
I mean,
cavemen and the Yetis?
You know
There's
what?
probably a snow-capped peak somewhere.
There
well-
are probably snow-capped peaks somewhere. I love how that you're just proving like conversations from earlier, right? Of like, oh yeah, Devin just never has to roll for any social interaction.
And we're talking about Devon, not End of Sadness.
Right? We found the root cause of that, by the way, and it's a funny memory. So I hung out with my grandmother and her friends a lot when I was a kid because like my mom was a single mom working. So like during summer and during when school was around, I was hanging out with her like 24/7. So it's my grandmother, her friend, and her friend's daughter, and these three women can talk for 9 hours straight about nothing, not in a derogatory way, in an amazing way. Like I'll get worked up and be like, oh my god, and it sounds like I'm arguing. That's them, but it was 100% something positive or like just a fun story they were telling about their day. And they would wind each other up over these stories like every single day I was hanging out with them and just talk about them 8-10 hours at a time. My mom and my aunt, they can't do that shit. They can't handle that shit. But I grew up around that
you
as
can handle that
background
shit.
radiation. That's how I learned to socialize. So I just keep going and I
Okay.
never stop. I can't stop. There is no stop. I learned from the best.
Yeah, I figured as much. Yeah.
I have a
That's
better
my-
question.
That friend of my grandma's, she's almost like 90 now. She called me up the other day and she talked on the phone with me for 3 hours.
And I bet
never
it was
broke
one
a
of the most
stride.
interesting conversations.
It was just fun. It was just about her nice day. That was it. No intent,
Oh,
no
that's
end
amazing.
goal. It was just a story that last. Like I left my work. I went to lunch. I came back and I went back to work. Like having her on speakerphone both ways because it just kept going.
That's pretty amazing. That's honestly some wholesome, amazing stuff right there.
So I have a much better question.
Sure.
So basically, okay. To recap, we're trying to get from the Dragon King village to this bunker, and there's a shit ton of Nazis in our way.
Yes.
So I'm assuming the Dragon Kings have basically kind of a at least a rough map of the area we can look at that we're supposed to cross.
Yes, they've actually given you a fairly rough map.
Cool. Are there any bodies of water of any kind?
Yes, actually, quite close to where they have the bunker situated, there is a fairly large river.
Sweet. Okay. Well, we've got our infiltration method because all of us can breathe underwater.
I regret saying there was a large river. No, you're good. You're good. I don't actually regret it. I'm being sarcastic.
Good old fathomless poison haven.
Nice.
Excellent.
I mean,
So
I could roll, but the question is just how many days does it last? So since it doesn't cost anything, I think we could just assume I've got you guys all topped up on fathomless poison haven.
That is fair enough. So you all can now breathe underwater. It's like that scene from is it the first Pirates of the Caribbean
Yeah,
movie where the
that's
where the
exactly what I
zombies
was
are
thinking.
underwater? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's basically that. Um
We're riding the
I can also walk on
Velociraptors.
water, swim at Aquaman speeds,
We're riding the
and see
Velociraptors.
down there with no problem. But you all don't have those bennies, alas.
I mean, I just found out that I can transform into more than one animal, so I'm going to go hunt and get a awesome white water dinosaur, a small one.
Yeah, that or just like fish, anything aquatic, useful.
Yeah. I mean, but water dinosaur,
okay.
Use a
tiny
water
one.
source.
There's a water source,
Rowan.
some sort of fish.
Rowan, just give me the quickest stamina and athletics roll.
Got a coelacanth.
You got.
Get a
I want
mosasaur.
to see difficulty 6. Let's see, like if you're getting a minnow or if you're getting like a mosasaur.
You could be Nessie.
Let's try to go for the smaller ones. I could be Nessie. Okay. You said stamina and athletics.
Stamina, yes, stamina and athletics because you're fishing, which is a test of your patience, as it is a test of mine.
3 successes.
Okay, 3 successes. What kind of water-based dinosaur would you like? That is not a mosasaur.
I'm looking up water dinosaurs right now. Come back
Okay.
to that.
Ooh, ancient Triop.
Oh my god.
Ancient Triop? Are you just making words up to me?
I will give you an image.
Okay.
Oh, it's a horseshoe crab.
Yeah, but
Oh,
these
shit.
guys are actually dinosaurs. Like, they never evolved. Like, these guys come from the dinosaur period. They live in sand where there used to be lake beds, and their eggs live in a state of suspended animation. So you can hatch these guys in real life, but if you have an ancient one, it'd be bigger.
I do need something with fins, though.
Hmm.
I'll get back to me. I'll
You get fish.
yes.
I don't know. We will find a cool dinosaur at some point,
Yes.
and then we can adjust it. But yes, for now you have a dino fish.
Oh, a coelacanth.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I am not a paleontologist. I think that's the right word. I don't know dinosaurs. They were not my thing as a kid. So then, anybody else want to do anything weird to give yourself? Oh, that's a coelacanth. Okay.
Yeah, they're like bone armor fish dinosaur monsters. They're awesome.
Yes.
Rad. Okay, you're a coelacanth now. Good job.
Yay.
You could now already breathe underwater.
That was a lot of minutes spent on that.
They
It's
were
like
very
2.
important minutes. Because they were about dinosaurs.
It's true.
So, 3 exalts and a coelacanth go up the river.
Yeah, as I was saying, I'm definitely riding the Velociraptor, and it's definitely walking across the riverbed because we can breathe underwater. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That you know what? I'm pretty sure that the local National Socialist Party members are pretty used to that. Being in the Hollow Earth with dinosaurs, they're not going to think twice about a raptor just walking along the river. And eventually, you guys get to the where the bunker is, like where the
feedback from the
river.
background.
Oh,
It's gone now.
okay. So you guys eventually get to where the bunker is. I feel like this is probably Rowan's show right here. What are you doing, coelacanth man?
Well, first, I guess I will stop being a coelacanth. I'm probably going to have to cast this spell above water. So I will poke my head up out of the river as soon as I can find some sort of bay area that lets me kind of swim without much effort.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm just going to start casting the mists of the eventide, swirling all the mists rising from the river itself and spreading out around onto the land.
Okay. So you spend a turn channeling the first two of your essence. And then after that, your next turn happens. And then you have to switch. So now make me that roll and see what happens.
And this was which roll was this?
This is the...
Man, I bet a lunar anima coming off of a guy like submerged up to the neck in a river looks fucking wild.
I bet it fucking does too.
Yeah.
So this is the roll for Mists of Eventide, which is manipulation plus occult at a difficulty 7.
Oh, right, that roll. I thought you meant something else.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, ass. You know what you might want to... Oh, shit.
Oh.
The logistics. Jesus H. You're having to spend your... It's 4 essence to cast, right?
Correct.
It is.
And your essence 2.
Correct. So it takes 2 turns.
So 2 turns on the... So 2 essence on the first turn of just spending, just building up. And then 2 essence on the second turn, which means you're at capacity, which means you don't actually have any room to spend
For an excellency.
for an excellency.
Well, don't you spend before?
And if you spent before, then you would have gone. Then the animal would have lit off on round 1.
I don't have the manipulation excellency anyway.
Oh well,
so
never
that's a
mind.
good
Never
point.
fucking mind then.
Oh, okay, good.
Okay, we're just chatting this out with a big dice pool. Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right. So first roll is 4 successes.
Ooh, buddy, but you needed 5.
I needed 5.
Okay. So, here's what that I'm going to ask you to do. So, I'm going to ask you to make me a dex and, I guess, athletics roll at a...
I have a question.
Yes, sure.
So, Mist of Eventide, do you figure it works underwater?
I don't think it works underwater, but I am casting it upwards out of the water. Like it's a fog rolling in.
I mean, fog is air, and air rises to the top, so the fog would just rise and bubble out like a swamp, and then just float over people and knock them out.
Yeah, and he can breathe underwater. He doesn't, even if he's not a fish. So I'm thinking he could actually be a little bit submerged.
Yeah, that's true.
So around 1, he might just be a weird glow.
Some weird fucking thing.
Okay.
In the Hollow Earth.
I mean, I don't see anything on here that says that that you have to be able to see them. So,
Oh no, God! It's designed to just take out a whole building. So
Yeah.
I will. In that case, then let's just kind of rewind. You made those 4 successes while you were underwater. This is now round 3. They are now aware that some shit is going on under the water and are raising weapons.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Like it.
Can you make that final success?
I mean, it's... Yes, I should be able to. Yes, another 4 successes. So he rises from the water as the mists boil up, like you were talking about. Pockets of air just bubbling up and rising, covering the land in that strangely artificially flavored tasting mist that we have made because of the Four Loko.
Oh my god.
So yes, that was another 4 successes. So that is enough.
How auspicious.
Okay. The local soldiers in the area are all put to sleep by the time that the rest of you and your crew raise up. They are there for the taking and the coup de grace as much as you all want. They're Nazis, so no one's going to give a shit.
The velociraptors feast.
And we should probably move because we are going to be visible from a good long way off. Probably a longer way off than Mists of Eventide reaches. So
You absolutely are. Within a little bit, people are going to become aware of what's going on. But for right now, since everybody just kind of fell asleep, you're pretty good.
Those bodies, I'm going to levitate towards the raptors so they can very efficiently throat them, and then their bodies will be shuffled into the river and taken away from here.
how many? How many? Because you've got like you do not have like infinite hands to manipulate with that thing. You know.
Yeah, but I'm about to roll how many successes I got for it, and there can't be that many of them to just shuffle them all up, grab them, and huck them into a river.
I think we're on the outskirts of an army of thousands, aren't we?
I have no idea, man.
On
I
the
just heard
outskirts of an army,
so I'm going to huck their bodies in a river. The calculus ain't hard here. Dead bodies go in river.
I assure you they do not. Pretty sure that's how you make the river bad.
No, because the animals in there will eat them. It's the circle of life.
Okay.
That's how nature works. This is a literal land of the lost full of predator lizards. Yeah, they're hungry hippos. Anyway, don't ignore me. I'm rolling how many I got. That is what my action is.
Okay.
I'm spending Exley on
Okay.
it. It's going to be great.
Okay. Let me know how great it is.
Yeah.
So, while the End of Sadness is disposing of bodies and everything, do you guys at any point decide, oh, maybe these costumes might be good for selling or using for infiltration or anything? Or are you guys just going to,
What did
like,
you just...
nah, fuck this?
I would have to kill anybody who was interested in buying them, so no.
Okay.
Might snag a gun as we run by. I don't know.
Okay. You get one of those cool German Medal of Honor guns. I don't remember what they're called at all. It was like on the tip of my tongue for a second and I forgot. So you guys, with the map to the bunker, make it there. It is... If you didn't know that it was there, you wouldn't have seen it. It is surprisingly well hidden on the edge of a bunch of trees. And basically, like, there's a small handle in the grass that if you all weren't aware of it, you would have never seen it. But upon, like, kind of like looking down, you see, like, this small bit of grass that is just slightly kind of like as if someone had cut out like a circle of it and then turned it away from the rest of the grass. And you kind of see that and can kind of like pull down, grab it, and open it up and reveal the entrance to Monsai's bunker. Ah, the Mauser.
See, I was expecting
the Han Solo gun.
I was expecting all the weapons to be futury and like Call of Duty, like Man in the High Tower bullshit. And then when we went back in time, the classic guns would start showing up. Like we're doing like Wolfenstein, New Order, and then we go back to World War II.
So they look like Mausers? You haven't tried to fire one yet.
Yeah.
If there is one thing that I learned from playing the Wolfenstein games, it's that Nazis do not create, they just reiterate and do it badly.
Exactly.
Fucking Nazis. We should get down into this thing before any of the people tracking the glowing man deer.
The mists have seemed to have stopped spreading, and I am going into the dungeon, underground place.
The Nazi dungeon, yes.
The Nazi dungeon.
I promise you it's not a Nazi dungeon. This is like the exact opposite of that.
It's a big game hunter dungeon.
Yes,
Oh
it
no,
is
now
a
we're
big game
Critical
hunter
Role.
dungeon. No, you're Jumanji, damn it.
So Critical Role.
Yeah. If you don't know that reference, all you need to do to Google it is Samurai Girl Hot Cheeto, and that'll tell you about Critical Role's new show.
You did that last
Oh,
week.
it was hot Cheeto? I thought it was hot Dorito. Shit. Okay, I'll do that on the break.
That's all I need to know about that.
I got very weird results.
The hot coffee mod.
Oh, great! I can't wait. So you all go inside of this bunker. Inside there, as soon as you all enter, the lights begin to flicker on, like at a very dramatic pace, like boom, 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 as like multiple like fluorescent lights come on, and you all can see that this is like the son of either equivalent of an apocalypse prepper bunker. There's food here that is very long expired by now, even if it is canned food. Um, there are weapons here. There are way too many elephant guns to not think that Monsai might have been hunting the dinosaurs at some point.
Mm.
But as you all are walking through, there is one large area that sticks out to you. It's like a set of steps that goes up to this circular portal that as soon as you guys step in front of it, the sigils on it begin lighting up. And then in the center of it, with like the bits of circuitry and everything lighting and buzz, the air shifts around it and kind of like turns into like this opaque, viscous liquid that after a little bit of kind of being like zapped with the electricity and like steam being shot at it, begins to kind of go two-dimensional. As you all are face to face with Monsai's Chronal Gate.
Does it look like
Seems
a
like a
Stargate?
good point to break the recording since we're about an hour in.
Yeah.
Before we do that, I want to say, yes, Devin, it looks exactly like a Stargate.
Oh my
with the
God.
same animation that they use for SG-1 over and over again.
Guys, do you know
Does
what
it
this means?
beam out and destroy some of the wall?
Do you know what this means? It means one of us gets to be Kurt Russell.
Yes.
Okay, I guess I'll pause then.
There we go.
Okay.
Thank you.
And we're back.
All right. So, as you all see the Stargate, the definitely legally distinct Stargate start powering up, there is a sudden whoosh of air as your good friend Tobias is standing in front of it with his hand on his watch. And he's just kind of standing there, like staring at you all with most of his hair kind of like way up, like he's trying to power up in Dragon Ball Z and maybe singed on the ends. And he looks at you and goes, I can't believe that worked.
Bias?
Hey.
I think we're connecting to when this gate was set up or something.
I just pressed my watch. Monsai said they would take me to someplace safe. I fell asleep because the dinosaurs were giving a good massage. You all left me back there.
Oh, no, we did. Oh, shoot. We were supposed to bring him with us.
Yeah. I thought that we saw it through the Stargate and we're talking to old Tobias from back in the day.
No, we just forgot our fourth party member. All right.
He just kind of like puts his hair down and like walks over you all and goes, "Oh, it's the old Chronal Gate thing. It works. That's weird."
Do we just step through it?
I mean, Yeah, you just kind of step through it, and then it'll take you back to wherever it's already set for. Did you all already set it? It looks like it's already good to go.
No. Do you know what it was set to? Can you read that?
He goes over to the to the thing, and he goes, "It looks like it was preset to go back to 1942 in April." I don't know why that's important.
That sounds
Okay.
about right.
I don't know either, but seems.
Does that date ring a bell to me? Academics 5, especially in history.
I'm gonna let you know. No, I just picked a random date that I knew that World War II was definitely happening in.
Okay.
I picked
I'm
a
just
random
like,
date
we're
that
going
was
back to the
like,
Doolittle raid? What?
wow, okay. I didn't realize we had a World War II historian with us here, but okay.
No, we have somebody with access to Google, that's all.
Oh, okay.
Like, what the fuck happened in 1942 April?
No, I just kind of picked like a random month and was like, yeah, this is definitely a year that World War II was going on.
All right.
I had tried to find some like interesting stuff to tie things back, and I just could not.
No worries.
It's fine. You're in Hollow Earth. What does it matter? Sure, there were some interesting things going on in the Hollow Earth in April of 1942.
Well, I think the best thing to do is turn into an ant clock and walk through the gate. Because if anything's going to punch me, it'll be punched back with scales on their fist.
The Owl Spirit has trained you well.
Fantastic. What I was going to actually ask is there anything you guys would like to do while you're still in the bunker in the future? Maybe collect any kind of weaponry, gear up, get ready, whatever. Like have like a little montage of like grabbing some shit.
Have, like,
Yes.
firearms.
Yes, let's ransack
Yeah.
this place.
Well,
Right. So, if you all, this is going to sound super weird. Well, maybe not super weird, but if you guys could give me for each of you, a stamina and alertness roll as you all search through a bunch of Mon-sized crap and try not to get discouraged.
If you botch, you pull down.
would having a special
If you
Difficulty.
botch, you pull down a drop cloth and reveal that.
Oh, gosh.
So, what's the difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be a 6.
Okay.
Alertness.
is my specialty from stamina. Is my specialty from stamina tireless effective for this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And alertness. God damn, this is 2 dice for me.
I know.
It's such a weird roll, I know, but it's like that. Do you get discouraged searching through this old man's junk?
4 successes.
No successes.
But not
I
a
got
botch.
3.
But not a botch, so I did avoid the drop cloth, and I immediately closed the goddamn motherfucking dice roller. Close tab.
I got 1 success on 2 dice.
Okay.
I got 3.
3, and then 4.
And I got 4.
Okay. So at no successes, Layla looks through a bunch of crap and finds nothing that is of interest. And Layla, because of that, I'm going to give you first go through the portal. You just kind of look through like a bunch of aetheryte bullshit and go, none of this looks cool. None of this is a guitar or like anything. I'm going to go through. Fuck it.
Sweet. Okay, I do that.
At 2 successes for Rowan.
1.
Oh, I'm sorry, 1. Okay. At 1 success, let me just pull up your character sheet and make sure I don't accidentally give you a gun when you have nothing in firearms.
I have nothing in firearms.
Oh, good to know.
I can punch.
Okay. You can punch.
I can punch.
You find a pair of brass knuckles that have an electric charge to them.
Oh.
With those, they have basically one charge to them, and the brass knuckles, if you click the button when you hit, you can deal an extra. You have the chance to deal an extra 2d. You have the chance to deal an extra 2 damage.
Okay.
Next up is
That's me with 3.
you with 3, Pete with 3. So to do farms, brawl.
I have.
You don't have a whole lot of.
Firearms 1.
You have firearms 1. Do you have? Could you think of anything else that might be interesting besides a weapon?
Some journal, perhaps, or something.
A journal? Okay.
Or maybe some device to go back in the proper time. I don't know.
You know what?
The operator's manual to the Stargate.
Pretty much.
You don't want us to life on Mars ourselves? Okay.
I'm not going to give you the operator's manual to the Stargate, but what I am going to give you is a miniature version of the Stargate, or of the chronal portal, that has basically one use, and you can use it for any of your comrades to give them a free reroll.
Neat.
And then End of Sadness with a 4. We need to
Oh boy.
think up something that is pretty good for a 4. You've got, let's see.
Satchel charges and ordnance.
I'm a little hesitant to give you that, considering what I have planned.
A gyrojet rifle.
I don't even know what those words mean.
So that's a perfect
Oh my
Etherite
god!
invention.
Okay, you know bolters for Warhammer from 40k. So do you know bolters from Warhammer 40k?
Yeah.
Now, for those of you who don't know, it's a gun that's a magnet that fires the bolter rocket out, and then the rocket ignites once it leaves the barrel and fires off. But it's a like a magnetic rifle, so it gets really good velocity before it ignites. Gyrojets were that. A gyrojet rifle was a rifle that had bullets that were rockets in them. That once the gyrojet got it out of the barrel with like magnets or like fuel or whatever, the rocket would then ignite and continue onward and hit someone and detonate. So it's basically a little rocket launcher gun rifle. And the bullets were tiny little rockets. True story.
You know what? Yeah, I'm cool with that. It has 3 rounds of ammunition.
Yes.
Does anyone happen to have or can look up the damage of a rocket for World of Darkness for me?
That's the mage book.
Let's check the Exalted versus World of Darkness book,
yeah.
because there's
There's
weapon
so much
stats.
stuff there.
It's so
Yeah.
useful. It's like it's like you only need the one book to run the whole game. As
Wow.
opposed to everything else. Wow, I know.
Wow.
What a concept.
Wow.
So while you guys are looking
Anyway,
that up,
we'll
and
figure
we
that
can
out later.
figure that out later once it is needed, because it might not be needed right when you step through. So
My chart doesn't go above like assault rifles.
oh no,
Oh, what were you thinking?
you had to think about the rockets.
Oh no, now
The
we're forced to use the mage book.
No.
Okay, here's my pitch. Here's my pitch. It's a simple fucking pitch. It comes straight from age 20. Yeah, I know, blah, 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 blah. But there's rules in there for a cannon that takes half the armor, like half the soak off of everyone before the roll. So why don't you say it's an assault rifle that does that for 3 shots? Instead of just giving me stupid fucking damage dice. Just half soak with it, or half armor. Or whatever.
Okay. You know what? I'm down with that. So do the damage of an assault rifle.
And like,
and
you know, narratively speaking, it's a rocket, so it can, you know, do some collateral stuff, which is really
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm down with that. You got 3 rounds. It'll half soak. It'll do the damage of an assault rifle, but it'll also do collateral damage.
Perfect.
So-
Look at that. Easy peasy. Eat a dick, WoD writers.
We did it. Look
Oh,
at that. But
We'd have to check 8 different books.
what's more?
Fucking grenade
It
rules in the
has
goddamn
dangerous
rifle.
attack there.
Oh, look at that. We did it.
Yeah.
So the first person to step through not finding anything interesting within the etherite, within Captain Monsai's bunker full of junk, his bunker full of junker, walks out through into the chrono portal. The feeling is weird, as it will be for all of you who follow behind Layla, as the hairs on the on your arm and everything, like all like kind of go up on end, and then just kind of like feel weird, and then like it's almost like having that feeling of like something being off, but like in reverse, as you are thrown backwards in time past even the point of your own personal origin. When you come out, you are standing on the steps of a much newer looking chronal gate inside of the cave of a mountain. There is a man standing before you who is tall with with like tan skin, has like short, almost military cut black hair, and is smoking a cigarette, and looks to you and kind of just waves.
Hello.
Hello. Were you sent by Monsai?
Sort of.
In a manner.
Yeah, the rest of you guys start to follow
Oh,
behind
sort of,
Layla.
yeah.
Well, that depends. Who are you?
Sort of. No, oh, thank God I'm not here alone anymore. All right.
Oh, this is fantastic. I just finished my lunch. I was worried he wasn't going to send reinforcements. It's a pleasure to meet you all. My name is Awolf.
A wolf?
Awolf.
A lof. Okay.
Yes, Awolf.
Yeah, reinforcements. Yeah, that sounds like us. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that does sound like us.
Fantastic. As you can see here, things have gotten a little out of hand with the Germans.
Yeah, they have definitely gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
I don't think that brand exists yet.
No, probably doesn't.
He motions outwards and towards the horizon. Do you all come out of the cave to look?
Oh, definitely.
Yes. I will also, as I walk by, say, invest in Bitcoin.
You'll probably be dead by then.
Look, I'm trying to fuck up the timeline as much as possible. Bear with me.
Okay, putting that down in my
I break
notes.
End of Silence's neck by reflex as soon as that happens.
Putting that down in my notes. Aleph is now investing in Bitcoin. By the way, I put in what the actual spelling of his name is in the chat.
Oh, okay.
This always happens whenever I make a good name for a character.
Yes, we already have 4 or 5 different spellings for him.
Aleph, Alof, Aloof, Aloof, Awolf.
So, he motions towards the horizon. Upon you all stepping out of the cave, you can see there is something on the horizon that was not there. Will this be 80 years? Yeah, 80 years in the future. There is a massive ziggurat that is being built. Maybe a tower, some would call it, towards the heavens. And he looks to them all, and he looks to you all and goes, "The Germans have been very busy.
Oh, so they're the ones that built. Oh, they're building a ziggurat.
Well, there's a different ziggurat from
It
what
is
Dragon Kings
different from what the
Oh,
Dragon King. It is much taller. It is reaching into the heavens.
They're doing Tower of Babel from New World of Darkness here.
Ah, someone's caught on.
Yeah.
A quick side question. I did turn into an ant clock before moving through the Stargate. Does that change anything?
He looks to you and goes, "It is good that you have brought some of the friends."
Okay. So nothing.
He is not fazed by this.
Awesome.
Okay. Yes, we need to
All
stop
right,
them.
Sadness speaks up then.
Ziggy
To
played
the
the guitar.
Mage we
God
have here,
damn.
whoever. So, how many?
Well, at last count, while that I did multiple runs around them, maybe 100 to 200 at most. However,
Oh, baby.
they are the elites. There are multiples among them that have awakened powers. Some of them are given into corruption through toxins, I believe is the word.
So
Others have replaced their own bodies with mechanical appendages, and still others wish to embrace death. None here are
Okay.
a normal human.
Oh, she elbows end of sadness.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's a truly an abomination. There, I can't imagine what sort of sick bastard would replace his own god-given body with pieces of machinery, just in pursuit
They
of
have
power.
no idea what's about to come their way.
Someone's mocking your style.
Like, Anastasis is like laughing with you. No, Anastasis is laughing because it's amazing. Anastasis is on board with this. And it's like, they have no idea what's about to come to them, Layla. It's going to be great. They have no idea what just came into
Okay, so
town.
just
Okay, so there's 1 to 200 of them.
and just to be clear, we're not talking Nazis. We're talking like super Nazis.
Yeah, like you have. Oh, it's so good. Anyway,
steampunk cyberborg.
what's the time frame? What's the time frame for them completing their objective based on your information?
Also, what the hell is their objective based on your information?
Well, the time frame currently is within about roughly a week. They should complete the rocket boosters at the bottom of the ziggurat. Though I'm not 100% sure on this exactly. I'm not super familiar with German technology. However, at great cost to some of my comrades, I have acquired exactly what they are planning on doing.
Okay.
All right, and tipping out for your comrades.
I appreciate this, as would my comrades. God rest their souls.
Probably Werner von Braun's designs for rockets then.
So,
Yeah, right before he got paper clipped up.
Yeah.
F's in the chat.
he just kind of looks at you all and like doesn't know what you're saying. He's like he hasn't taken part in the mimetic wars yet. He goes, "Yes, as you wish to say."
Soldier, continue with the debrief. I need to know the situation.
Okay, so their plan over here is to turn this tower into a new recreation of the Tower of Babel. By using the rockets on the bottom of it, they will emulate the the lower ceiling of the hollow earth to try and allow the Tower of Babel to reach heaven. And they believe that this will allow them to create a back door into heaven so that they can then sit on the throne of God.
Okay, so they're
Okay.
idiots.
And you saying we have about a
Gotcha.
week before they complete the rocket boosters?
That is my best estimate, but they could finish it up within a few days. It is of the utmost importance that we complete our mission of taking out their leader soon.
Honestly, it sounds like they're just going to blow themselves up. Oh, I guess we no. Yeah, I know.
No, we wouldn't be here if that was
Yeah.
the case. There wouldn't be a million of them where we were if that was the case. Okay, then how about this? This area we're currently in, how secure is it? Or do they have any influence over here, or where are their borders? How much free reign do we have in the Hollow Earth?
Their borders begin at the base of this mountain. Currently, we are in one of the only areas that they have not currently taken over. Soon, this mountain will collapse into itself, as is its nature as Monsai's bunker, just in case that no reinforcements were sent back in time to assist my mission.
So we have a ticking clock to get back to the gate
Sounds
before it
dire.
collapses. What's the ETA on that?
Whenever the launch is detected.
Perfect. Okay, that's fine. That's excellent. Guys, do you think we have 48 hours to spare?
It might be pushing it.
Okay. Second question. This terrain that this ziggurat's on, is it accessible by land? Like, if you had... could you walk up this mountain to get to the ziggurat? Or is it cut off by air support?
It is absolutely accessible by land. There are a few
Okay.
small air support. There are a few. No, actually, no. There is no air support for them in this timeline. They don't have fucking takeoff like these are basically Nazis that are working with like Nazi tech in the 1940s.
Did they bother to bring any portable SAM systems?
Like missile systems weren't a
Surface to
thing.
air missiles? I don't think they
1942.
were.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Um,
asking. Surface-to-air missiles, anti-aircraft. Do they have any
Like
of that
the-
shit?
They,
There
your
are
anti-aircraft system was
It's a
called
yes or no
other
question.
aircraft at the time.
there
And,
are
like, mortar
a few-
barrages.
there are a few.
Yeah, but these are wizard mages in the Hollow Earth, so this is not an insane question. That's why I'm asking the wizard who lives here.
There are a few. Did you say that in character? Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure. He looks at you and goes, "No, no, no. I am not a wizard. I am just a simple British soldier who was sent back in time."
Oh, wait, you were sitting back in
Okay.
time?
Well, all right.
Oh, sweet.
My question was anti-air systems.
Yes, they do not possess any complex anti-air systems that might be found later in the timeline. However,
So hold
They
on.
do
When were you sent back from?
oh, yes, of course, I was sent back from the 90s.
The far future.
Ah, bless.
I know how to use at least one whole skateboard.
All right. I have a plan of attack, gang, but I need time for it to work. I don't work well on the spur of the moment. I need
We could probably run
2
disruptions.
days.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind killing a few Nazis while waiting for you to get your plan worked out. Do we know where they're posted up? Do we have a map? Is there a map?
Aleph pulls out a map for you all. This is much more detailed than the Dragon King's map. While it's not an interactive map, it is definitely something that could work with you all to show the general like patrol areas, and as he kind of explains it to you all, how that they kind of do, where the gaps are. He's kind of here to really help you all, like not just get thrown into like the tiger's mouth.
Hey, what we need is just take Roa,
All right.
make him turn into a deer, just pretend to be normal, animal, and then start shanking them one by one.
My concern, gang, is that if we go in guns blazing and cut the head off the serpent, it's not a serpent, it's a bunch of centipedes, and they will crawl away. I have a plan that will ensure none of them will get away.
What's your plan?
Because we're here to get all of them, not just the leaders.
Okay.
So here's what I need from you guys, if you're okay with going forward this way. What I need is access to any broken military equipment or war gear that's been left strewn across, blown up jeeps, anything, guns, armor, material. The next thing I need is 90 soldier. I need you to show us any nesting grounds for pterosaurs and large quadrupeds like triceratopses or rexes, if you can find them. I brought 3 raptors, but we're going to have to do hit and run tactics on the other packs near here to bolster our ranks, and then we can start bringing down the big guys. If you give me 2 days, I can get us 30 of these things up and running, and we can overrun them, and we can have them hunted. They're not going to get away from bloodhounds.
Fantastic. I would love to show you exactly where all of those are. And he's going to basically like start marking like on the map exactly where those are. He's been here longer than he's
species,
implying.
Clusters, all that good stuff.
He also,
So yeah, Endosadn's plan is to take the dinosaurs they've already tamed and do hit and run tactics on other like raptor nests and like fucking turn them into fomori, and then use that to catch bigger animals and just keep moving up the chain until we have some triceratopses, some rexes, a bunch of velociraptors, a bunch of the fucking flyers, and we'll just swarm that place and have the dinosaurs hunt them while we hit the heavy hitter targets.
all right then.
There'll be no more guns in the valley by the time we're done here.
In 2 days then, we will hit the Nazis' Tower of Babel and stop them from ascending to heaven.
And, it wouldn't hurt to maybe see if that back door works. There are people, there are questions, there are people to blame.
Yes, of course. If you wish to attempt such feats, I am open to such things.
We could
Okay.
prob-
All right, guys. Me and Whispers of the Labyrinth, we'll work the body shop, the chop shop, and the hunting. You guys, if you can help where you can, great. If not, if you want distraction stuff, if you want to have some fun, play around, get loose, get used to it, see a couple men die, I'm all for it. You'll want to desensitize yourself to it now.
Oh boy. Well, we could probably try to rope in some of the Dragon Kings from this era to help us bolster our numbers that way too.
Yeah, what's going on with the Scaly Boys?
He looks to you all and just goes, the scaled ones have been hunted to extermination as far as the smarter ones go. Currently, they are, unfortunately, untamed.
We know that's not true because there's at least the Mosok down in the waters.
Have you seen the big fish?
Well,
But there's at least one.
yeah, that sounds like a you thing, Rowan. You have the skills to get to
I'll
them.
go try to find the.
You can
I'll
make
go
that
try to find the
connection.
ancient Mosok.
Fantastic. I will give you an idea of where to find him. And he takes out some red crayon from his his pack and just kind of draws on the map and shows you a part on the river where you might find him.
Okay.
All right, and where's their base here? I assume, or do they have any major bases other than the obvious giant god ziggurat?
No, they have decided to retain to remain mostly within the tower.
Well, bastardless. How is the ziggurat situated relative to sources of water?
The ziggurat is close enough to water that they can get basically that they can supply water where it's needed for either crafting or other things, but it is not close enough that like it's not like abutting it, if that makes any sense.
Damn.
Also, they need like a stable landing platform to launch a fucking rocket, so being near a marshland is not the best thing to do.
Yeah. Well, tell that to Cape Canaveral.
They have a serious crocodile problem. Alligator problem.
Yeah, but aren't
They built it on a swamp,
right?
dog.
But aren't they also there because it's like a weird like gravity thing?
Equator bullshit. Yeah, Florida has less gravity than the rest of the world.
Yeah,
for some
yeah.
reason.
I mean, yeah, I learned that from JoJo.
God doesn't draw in straight lines. Okay.
Never mind.
I love that Sam's an actual rocket scientist, and just you can hear the gears.
You can hear how upset that Sam is. Like, he learned it from what?
No, okay. Look, I program software. I don't have any rocket science.
I played a space program enough to know this bullshit.
It's about angles, about how you want to get into orbit. We'll not get into that.
We're not getting into that. We're in the Hollow Earth. The orbits are smaller here.
Yes.
The land of the lost. All right. Well, you guys should go meet up with the. Oh shit! If there's no intelligent ones, yeah, find the Slee Stack leader then. Perfect solution. They'll help us. They have like weird lizard magic.
Okay, you guys are going to do that. Anything? So you're going to go and just kind of start raiding the local wildlife. Rowan is going to find the Fleet Stack leader. God damn it.
Please don't make me out of character go do that. That'd be rough.
Rowan is going to go and find the Mosok that you all will talk to again in the future.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Do any of you guys want to do anything else while you all are hanging out here? Do you want to just chat with this soldier? Do you want to hang just kind of examine, maybe stealth and try and examine the ziggurat?
Yeah, I think we ought to go. Ought to go scout it out.
Yeah. End of Sadness is possessed by a terrible purpose and focus that you usually don't see in them, them being a little bit scattered or a little bit soft brain. But not now. They're locked in on an objective and a mission and a goal and the resources they need in the time frame for it. They have so much structure to work with here. So they will begin to despoil the local wildlife into demon cyborgs.
I know that is a thing that you can do without you having to roll it. Your character sheet basically says... I have
enough access to tools to pull it off.
Your character sheet basically says you can either throw essence at it or you're going to roll real good the first time. I'm not going to argue with it.
Do you spark enough essence to start glowing?
You know what?
And
I was going to say...
Like, their territory is way smaller than it used to be, so I can just head deeper into the Hollow Earth for hunting. I don't need to be by the Nazis, guys. There's only 200 of them, not millions of them. They have no control of the valley. I am in control of the valley now. They are in a prison of their own making.
Okay.
And also, the modern anima is like you're glowing like a battle. You're glowing like a JoJo battle aura, and not like 30-foot high DBZ, visible from miles off, unless you're like standing on a roof at night. So if you're in,
are always using that solar.
Yeah, unless you're considering the level of foliage, we actually don't need to worry about being sighted from like way the fuck off just for ammo flare.
Yeah. And it's a Hollow Earth. I can go anywhere on the interior of the Hollow Earth and do this shit. We're good. I am so good. These animals have no idea what's about to happen, and neither do the dinosaurs.
Okay. Just for the sake of my own curiosity, could you give me a charisma and animal ken roll? I believe so. You have
sure.
specialty in socialization and
So
being transparent.
yeah,
So I mean, and you've already worked with these kinds of creatures before. I'm going to say it's difficulty 5, just so I can judge how much that you can get.
I've also quote unquote done this specific thing before when Insta first exalted and took down that like Pentex facility in the Appalachian Trail. This is what it was. It was finding animals and marrying them to broken farming scrap metal and stuff and just flooding them with monsters. It was a
You know
nightmare.
what? For the sake of how much you're going to get, and for the sake of like making this entire scene that's going to come up after the prep work more epic, I'll lower the difficulty again. So it's a difficulty 4.
Okay.
Do you want to
boy.
spend any essence or anything on that and just make it just absolutely insane?
I've already
okay.
done that. Yeah. So that's 14 successes.
All right. Noted.
And Atrocity is going to be super ruthless about it if the animals don't cooperate. Like, it's going to be animal handling and stuff to get them over. But if it's like a pterosaur anyway, we'll just shoot it down, take that wing off, replace it with a robot wing. They're back up and running.
Okay. I have one more roll that I would like you to make for me. Could you make me a
Sure.
wits and alertness roll at difficulty 7?
Wits and alertness. What do I got for that? Oh, you fucker. Wait, Whispers of the Labyrinth with Wispy, and he's pretty okay at that. Can he also make it?
I'm going to say no because
That's why
I'm going to say no because of reasons. That may or may not become clear later on.
Wits plus alertness, 4 dice. And what's the difficulty? You said 7?
Yes, 7.
Okay, and rolling. No
Okay.
successes.
You go through and you get all of these animals working perfectly together, and it is perfectly fine. And whatever you want to come out of this later on with 14 fucking successes, like outside of literally just saying I stopped the entire problem in the last third of this episode from being a problem, you're good.
The focus on the fomori we gather from the local wildlife are things that hunt and are predators and scavengers and are persistence hunters. So, yeah, we're going to have the big guys like the Triceratops and the Rexes, and we're going to have the flyers because they don't have anti-aircraft guns. They're going to pick people up and drop them from great heights to kill them. That's how pterosaurs like to hunt sometimes and just come back and keep dropping people. But it's also going to be a lot of raptors. A lot of raptors. And they're not even going to be like attacking like to siege. They're just going to be on the outskirts picking off literally everyone who tries to run away.
Okay.
That's their job, to wait in the bushes around the ziggurat and hunt Nazis until they're all dead.
And what end up suddenly is that one of the T-Rexes was doing a Nazi salute with his tiny little arm.
Oh, no!
No.
So, next up, as an end of sadness, is getting his dinosaur menagerie ready to assault the ziggurat of heaven.
And just to put this forward, this is End of Sadness. They're working with Whispers of the Labyrinth. They're crocodile spear familiar. They have a sacred bond. Just to throw this out there for people listening, because of how End of Sadness is, Whispers of the Labyrinth's specialties are mauling, ambushes, warcraft, con languages, chemistry, guidance systems, run and gun, and rifles. We're kind of built for warfare.
Oh, okay. Well, at least one of those specialties might have to change given the current gamer climate. Listen, you said Warcraft. I was going to make that joke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Whisper's intelligence specialty, Warcraft. So we're planning shit. We're doing the work in the
I think you misspelled war crimes, but okay.
No, that's science specialty.
No, that's what I'm planning to do if I can get any Nazis to come down to the fucking river. But
oh, I'm sure you can.
Yeah, there it is. You're going to Check's notes. Damn it! I don't know any good war crimes that aren't horrible.
I have the ability
Which
to
war
transmute
crimes are not.
a very large amount of
Arthur-
liquid into
Arthur-
boiling fat. So
Yeah.
Let me
So
go look at this nice war crime.
Well, I thought there would be bureaucratic war crimes, like it's a war crime to like pay people too little, but those don't exist. Those are just regular.
those are just corporate crimes.
It's just life.
Those are just normal.
So you are continuing to get your dinosaur army together. We swing the spotlight over to Rowan, who wants to go and talk to the Elder Mosok before the Elder Mosok became the Elder.
Right. So I have a question.
Drinking a lot of soda tonight.
I have an out of character question.
Yes.
How likely would we? Was there any indication that they did not know English before this time?
There was actually an indication that they did not know English as well before this time. No, they probably by this point actually knew broken English. The broken common, I guess, would be the better way to put it. But there's probably a way that you can communicate with him. I'm not going to just say you can't communicate with him. That's
Well,
not
like-
a move.
Taking the form lets you talk to things in that form?
Yeah. No, if you take the Anklock form, I will absolutely just let you communicate with them.
Don't think that's in the rules, but
You know what? I hate to do this while Holden's in the chat, but I don't care. I think it's more fun that way.
well, okay. So my question is, Peter. My real question is, Peter, do you want to join me or do you want to do your own thing?
I don't think I have anything I could add to this, so if you want me to be there, I can be.
Then we can show off your language skills. Is my thought.
I wasn't sure if you were still trying to teach them all English in the past to have them know English in the future. I wasn't sure that was still the thing you were going for.
Whatever we like, I guess. Yeah, sure.
and I'm probably somewhere in the vicinity just because I'm like 20 times more effective in the water.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Although I'm not actually interested in like meeting talks with hands for a second time. So
Gesticulates too much.
Yeah.
So,
murders
You
with
get-
gestures, you know.
yeah. So you go to this certain spot. Unlike the last time, there are no safety lines that tell you, hey, please don't cross this when the subway train is approaching.
Right. Presumably the Mosok's smaller. That's an assumption.
It's a
So-
very big assumption.
Well, we should probably chum up this lake here to draw something out.
That's how they did it in the past, yes, but I can go down and see if he'll surface. He may not be surfacing because of all the Nazis around.
Yeah, fair.
I believe Layla's blessing is still active, so
Oh yeah, it's gonna be active for days.
I don't know how days work in time travel, but we'll go with it.
You understand
yes.
the value, so you'll be good for like years here.
All right, so I'll dive down in and try to find and attract the attention of the Mosok.
Okay. You dive down, and specifically, you dive down far enough as that Aleph has instructed you, where that he might be resting,
All right.
and you find him just resting there, just kind of enjoying a little bit of like a mud bath, essentially.
Okay. I'm going to attempt to approach him without being startling. Since I am in the Anklock form, it should be okay. Hopefully.
Uh-huh.
Does he react?
After a moment, the Mosak, that will soon be known as Twilight River Speak, opens up a single eye and looks to you all. And looks to you and begins to open up his massive maw in like a great big yawn. And then begins to surface.
All right. Great. Got his attention. Let's go back up so we can talk to him properly.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. So you go back up to talk to him properly. What do you say to him first?
Addresses him by his name, Twilight River Speak, was it?
That is the name that you heard. And he looks to you all. And he looks to you and he says, "What are you talking about? That's not my name.
Oh. Then what is your name?
My name is Dawn River Speak."
Oh, I see. Then I must have met your father or something. We have... this is the Celestial Censor, and I am... Oh, shoot, what was the ant clock's name? He gives the ant clock's name.
I don't honestly remember the Ancloc's name. I think it was like Dawn something.
We'll look at the recordings.
He died.
Yeah,
for
sure
your,
we will.
For
He
your
died
honor,
for
you don't
you.
even remember his name.
I'm so
My
sorry.
God.
It's in the notes. I'll go take a look at it.
Is it? Because I don't think it is.
Oh, fuck.
Because I couldn't come up with his name.
Oh, you didn't... Well, that's a...
It was lost to time.
Who's lost the time? I want to
Not Rowan is respectful to the body he stole. Not Sam.
I want to say that he. I want to say he was something like Eclipse Hard Steel.
All right.
The readers who just listened to the previous episode, like yesterday, as they binge the listeners who listened to the last
the readers
episode,
by
like,
their ears
5 minutes
readers
ago,
love
as
it.
they're binging this sometime post-release, like screaming right now.
Oh no.
The last note I had before talking about the ankle is concrete lapis gate, so maybe that'll be. Anyway.
Okay, we'll look it up. Introduces himself as the Ant Clock. We have come to recruit you and any who are left in a great assault against those invaders.
Fantastic. I've been waiting for a chance to stretch my powerful muscles against the invaders that would dare assault the Smoky God's realm.
Excellent. Well, that was a lot easier than I was expecting.
Isn't it, though? No, he just kind of stares at you and goes, "But first,
Oh, okay. Here we
maybe you should prove that you truly are a friend of ours.
Fight.
Please fight with this anklock."
Let us fight.
To the death.
No. That's going to defeat the entire purpose of recruiting this man.
And my son, Twilight River Speak, will look at this and remember who killed his father.
It's very weird, but we've recruited like 50 fucking Dragon Kings, but our army's still only one guy strong. I think there might be a problem with our method.
Just a little bit. He's gonna. Rowan, if you could, since you're actually trying to recruit people, if you could actually roll me a charisma and what is a good roll for you, bud?
Well, if you're trying to recruit, I would suggest leadership, even though I have 0 of that.
Charisma and leadership.
Okay. But I do have -2 to difficulty since this is technically the first time I've met this man.
Okay. Considering that you want to fight against the Nazis, but he doesn't really know you that well. But also, you're in the form of an Anklock. I'll say it's a difficulty 5.
Okay, difficulty 5, decreased by 2 down to 3. And he said charisma plus leadership.
Yep.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Good luck.
Okay, here goes my 2 dice. It is a 1.
One success?
1 success.
Well, it may not be the best, but it is still technically a success. Dawn Riverspeak looks to you and gesticulates very wildly in the form that almost might have hurt you if he wasn't aware of where his arms were. And looks to you and goes, I will gather the river folk to fight against the people in the tower. We cannot guarantee that we will do much. I cannot guarantee that I can get many,
Well,
but I will do what I can.
here is exactly what I want you to do.
Oh, and then do you explain out the plan?
I explain out in the plan. Do you want me to whisper it to you or just speak it out loud?
Probably better to speak it out loud so that someone else doesn't actually go over your plan accidentally.
I know that you have a certain amount of water magic. It would be best if perhaps you and your fellow of the Mosox were to divert part of the river into the ziggurat. Because I know of a friend who would do great work with such a gift.
Divert the entire river's flow.
Not the entire, just a good portion. Just enough so that there's a substantial flow of water. The closer the better, the more water the better.
We could make this happen within 2 days' time.
Okay.
You know exactly when End of Sadness is done with this bullshit.
Excellent.
All right. Anyone else who's on scene, do you guys have any questions for Dawn Riverspeak?
I don't think Dawn Riverspeak would know more about us because that's not like that much substantially more time in comparison.
It really is not.
Then yeah, let's not waste time on that.
If you were talking to Eclipse Riverspeak, maybe. So, Rowan, I would like you to make me a roll. At the end of your scene, I would like you to make me a wits and alertness roll at a difficulty of 6. And yes, I will give you the intuitive bonus. Rowan?
Sorry, I accidentally muted myself. What do you want me to do?
If you could make me a wits and alertness roll, and yes, I will give you your bonus or your specialty for being intuitive.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Difficulty 6.
5 successes.
Alrighty then.
On 4 dice. Glad those double X's are there.
So, one of the things that you notice upon walking back from your interaction with Dawn Riverspeak is that, isn't it weird that Aleph knew exactly where Dawn Riverspeak would be? Like, exactly where he would be.
Yeah, it is weird, though I assumed he'd been doing a lot of scouting.
No, like exactly where he was resting in the mud.
he is a time traveler. Or no, that is weird. I'll have to talk to him about it.
Mm-hmm. So, is there anything that Rigel and Layla would like to do now that you know that there is some water that can be diverted in the next couple of days over to the new Tower of Babel?
A truly, and I mean truly, alarming amount of giggling.
Okay, you are welcome to that amount of giggling. I will ask you to make a wits and subterfuge roll to stop the Nazis from hearing you. I'm sure you're very happy. No, you don't actually have to do that.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything planned, so unless there's, I don't know, something to be gleamed about our time traveling aloof guy by just, spending time with him, then I don't think, I have anything to add.
Yeah, actually. Do you guys want to look into him a little bit, or?
Sure, we can spend some time with him.
I will
Okay.
bring up the fact that he did have an alarmingly detailed description of exactly where the Mosok was.
Oh, yeah, Oh, wait, that's not his voice. Yeah, well, I have been spending a lot of time out here listening to, hanging out with these creatures. Um, Anyone who literally hears that, who isn't busy doing anything else, you all are welcome to give me a difficulty 7. What the fuck would be the equivalent of detecting a lie?
Subterfuge.
Okay. I guess
Manipulation
that would be
subterfuge?
perception. Perception subterfuge. I feel like that would be. If you're trying to detect the lie.
2 successes.
Okay.
Difficulty 6, you said?
Yeah,
7.
6.
Whatever you
I'm
said.
sorry. Yeah, 7. You're right. I'm sorry.
Rolling that again.
5 successes.
Oh, fuck it. I've got the dice. The dice don't change. 2 successes. On 3 dice, not bad.
Nice.
There is very obviously a lie going on here that you all can tell. He's not telling you all the whole truth about everything. Do you confront him about that? Like, when I say it sounds like there's a lie going on, I really do mean like it sounds like he just very badly tried to lie to you all.
Listen, we're on the same side here. There's really no reason to keep too many secrets.
Are you sure about that? Keeping secrets is what the Earth is meant to do. Shit.
What? Are you an Earthman? Is that a thing?
We are technically Earthmen. We're from the Earth.
Not what I meant.
So Layla has been sitting in the background, just strumming out "Life on Mars" because she doesn't really want to be part of this conversation, and she just
wants to mess up the
completely
timeline.
fucked the chord up, and she just completely fucked the chord up, and like at that point, you just made a guitarist corpse.
Oh, no.
I am quite sorry that you have messed up your song, young lady. I am here to prevent others from attaining heaven.
Others. So you've attained heaven, or somebody close to you.
At some point in my life, yes, I would say that I have attained heaven.
I don't even know where to begin on this. Okay, So let's run down the list of things that.
If you'll
attain
excuse
heaven
me, I have to
and
go
be a
in.
robot.
Use the sleep.
Robot angels. I think that's all I've got.
And he just kind of wanders off and
Anybody
not
else wanna
wanders off,
contribute
but he
ideas?
just kind of like goes off. And I'm not even going to have you guys roll this. He just kind of
Anybody?
pretends to sleep. Like it's like a simulacrum of sleep.
Oh no.
Look, the man had to go use the sleep. I got to go back to work. I couldn't really tell if he was deceiving us or anything. See you all later. I got to get back to the workshop.
And the sadness, do you want to roll for that? Like,
Sleep.
no? Okay. I was going to give you
choose
those
not
minus twos, but okay.
No, it's fine. I choose to live my life the way I live it, and I don't feel shame about it.
Okay. With some of those other, basically like lying rolls and like the major successes you guys have made, I'm going to kind of count those towards, would any of you guys look through his things?
I'm not that much of an asshole.
What about the other two of you?
I mean, very clearly, he's either like the patron angel of high functioning autism, or the fallen angel of same, or a really shittily programmed robot. But we're dealing with wizards, you know.
Yeah, I mean, fair. Would the other two at any point look through his pack before the assault?
I guess, having some time to spare, I would, rummage through that just to make sure that we're not dealing with, some other secret super Nazi.
You do not find a secret super Nazi. In fact, you could say you might find the opposite. Inside of Alepht's pack is a couple major things, but there are two things of note. One is a very old, very rusted Star of David necklace, and two is a Bible that is rolled up, written in the original Latin, and is a manuscript. Like a scroll. Like the kind of shit and like written in Latin. Before like the Gutenberg Bibles.
Nice.
Sweet, we're getting back up from the Wandering Jew.
He's a golem.
Maybe not that, but yeah, you're getting closer there. Also, it looks like Sam's internet went out.
Yeah, when Sam reconnects, we'll want to end the
Oh,
file to
shit.
get an upload going for what Sam gets.
Oh, I think we'll just end it
Yeah,
now
he's
and
paid, right?
let him upload, so...
Well, should we wait for Sam to get back, though?
Oh, Sam's back?
Yeah.
Wait.
That way their file will
Okay.
Yeah, you
Let's
back?
just pause. And we're back.
All right, so the day passes. Well, the 2 days pass. End of Sadness has taken their time to recruit multiple packs of... Were they cybernetically enhanced? Am I getting that right?
And demonic.
Yeah, like
And
it's
demonic.
all diesel stuff. It's all diesel stuff. Like I'm taking velociraptors and taking some of their limbs off and replacing them with like chainsaws and gearing systems from Jeeps and machine guns on like triceratopses. I'm just pulling bits off them, replacing them with with parts of planes that crashed in World War II and all the gear they
Picture a
fucked up.
Velociraptor, but with like a V8 engine coming out of its ass and like
Yeah.
and like exhaust pipes coming off the hips.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a
The
fucking
Velociracer.
nightmare. And yeah, they're all demonically enhanced. They're all demonically enhanced now because I'm making them into fomori, which means a bane crawls up inside of them 24 hours after the implants go in. So after 2 days, I think I could... How quickly do I respire essence here? Is it hourly?
I think it's since it's a umbral realm, I believe it is actually hourly.
Okay.
Then in
It's a
48
little
hours time,
Yeah.
okay, is it a little slower than
Let
that?
me
Like,
let me
just
let
give
me
a
check
number.
because that's actually
Hourly-
going to be important.
Okay.
Fucking respiring
Okay,
rates.
but to ask a question, because you had mentioned that you were using parts from planes that crashed in World War II. Are you also?
It's a quote from a Megas.
Yeah, I was actually about to ask if you were
That's all.
making a tombstone with the planet Earth engraved on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure I was getting the reference there, bud.
1 point every 3 hours.
Oh, you bet.
Oh boy.
Every 3 hours.
On top of
okay,
the usual
so that means,
dawn, on top of the usual regen when the sun.
So
Well,
it
the sun doesn't
rise or
actually
set.
fucking rise here.
what's
Whenever sunrise
the
is
dawn
local
regeneration?
time for where we came down.
How could I get some willpower back?
Every
I mean,
24 hours.
Yeah, but what is that?
You're
Every
getting at
24
least
hours.
Yeah, what
2
is that,
willpower
though?
back.
Right, but the essence, is it like 3, 5? Like what is the daily essence?
Using
restoration?
3 plus essence rating at sunrise.
Okay, so I got 6 every day, so just give me a second to do some basic math here. 50, 30, 12, 42, every 3, 6, 9, 12, 18, 20, 24, 14, 50 dinosaurs.
Jesus. Okay. You've got 50 super fucking dinosaurs ready to go, bud.
I have Craftsman Needs No Tools, so it doesn't take long for you to do this surgery. I just pop them out real quick and move on to other tasks. And then I take rests when I need them and get back up and go again.
Okay, I have a legitimate question. Did you pick up Craftsman Needs No Tools while I wasn't looking? Because I feel like it was only Pete that had Craftsman.
Nope. I've had that since session 3, dog.
Okay, I guess you just haven't used it. I just never noticed.
Oh, I've been using it all the time and describing it. Just no one pays attention a lot of times.
It has a
You
different
say
name.
that.
Now you just
It
make
is.
me feel bad.
No, it's all good. But like all the tech bullshit, End of Sadness has a 10 times modifier on doing it fast. So it's all this shit. It's all synergized.
That's fair. Okay.
So if we don't have access to cybernetic materials, I can just like End of Sadness will pull it up from the ground and forges and kilns and just go to town on it.
You don't have access to the kind of cybernetic material that you're used to working with,
I don't need that shit.
but you can have
It's supposed to be
access.
as ugly and diesely and monstery as possible.
Full diesel punk.
You can have access to some. Every now and again, you might get a fancy piece from Monsai's bunker or the Monsai cave that the Chrono tunnel is situated in. And I think that at least 2 of your bigger dinosaur weapons, to call them something like that, might have, like, I don't know, like a unique thing. Like, I don't know, maybe one of them has like an eye laser or one of them has like a rocket pack or something. Like,
I'd be aiming more towards stuff like they'd have an internal tank full of like gasoline and sludge so they can spray napalm out when they scream at people.
okay.
Remember, not eye lasers, not cool high-tech stuff, just ugly diesel, burn the rainforest down bullshit. World War II trench warfare.
Oh, these were absolutely
Gases,
going to be like
chemicals.
steampunk style things, but you know what?
Nah, none of
Since
that.
you're gonna go like,
Don't need it.
since you're gonna go a little bit more dark with it than Monsai normally does, Monsai is very much a happy, like, adventure, like pulp adventure kind of hero. I will say that at least one of your dinosaurs has the napalm spray.
Yeah. The fossils came up from out of the ground and turned on the Nazis.
It's a little bit more dark than Monsai likes. So yeah, I'm gonna say that, like, just for the sake of like the story, like, you kind of like rig together like that in, like, I guess the lead dinosaur that's gonna come down.
Yeah, and Pete has craftsmanship tools supernally and can do like big industrial warehouse manufacturing if he's willing to give a hand. So anything weird or armory or heavy we need, he can assist in getting that kind of dredged up from the ground.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Besides the dinosaur
I turn
army,
these dinosaurs into monsters.
besides the dinosaur
They're
monster army,
fomori too, so
oh no, really?
so they have fomori powers. Yeah, they're all fomori. These are 50 fomori. These are demon
Fuck.
monsters. These are Pentex foot soldiers. Some of them can grow huge. Some of them have strength 10 at this point. Some of them can just breathe vomit acid on everyone in like a cone. They're fucking nuts now. I broke them.
Okay, cool. I can't wait to turn part 3, which I thought was going to be a third of the session, into an entire session. Holy shit.
They're monsters.
Would you also like to turn them into
monster
Would you also like to
monsters.
put lasers and I don't know, like random things that hold on to them and just turn this into dino riders?
No. Just chemicals and oils and gases and fuels and sprays and industrial combine threshers and gears and things that break people when they get caught into them.
There's
That's
also
what these
going
things
to
are
be a
covered
bit
in.
of Videodrome going on, whether he wants it, they want it or not.
I can't avoid it.
That's fair.
End of Sadness isn't doing like custom caring about his worshiper or their worshiper work. They're doing like they're making Banes like an Infernal makes. They're absolutely not being kind about it. They're going all in for the war machine.
That's fair. So you have your war machines going. As far as the river goes, with the help of Dawn River Speak, and if any of you are watching, Aleph is helping out as well to divert the path of the river. It looks like River Speak is doing most of the work, but to those of you who are watching, it's a little bit questionable.
Let's observe to see what kind of supernatural powers he's using.
Oh, okay. What would you roll for that?
Perception occult?
Yeah, that sounds right. Anyone want to roll me Perception Occult, difficulty 8?
Okay. So
Sure. Why not?
bump it down to 5 with my observation, charm, and that's 12 successes.
Good lord.
Anyone else want to roll before I just give Pete the answer?
No, just go for it.
Aleph is not a will worker. Aleph is not a vampire or a werewolf.
He's an angel.
Aleph is, in fact, a... let me look at the exact term for them. Rigel, you are reminded of a distinct class of, I don't want to say fallen angel, because I'm not sure if this is what they're called before they fell from heaven or not, but you are reminded of the Anunnaki, the demons of the earth, the angels of the earth. The things that you know about them is that they are...
He is an Earthman.
Things that you know about them
From her.
is that they are masters of the forge, the earth, and paths. Meaning that they can find paths to anything they want.
Nice.
Right? That's why I was having you guys roll those, roll everything after that, after the scenes.
I see.
Well, he's not explaining everything.
Right? That's also why that if End of Sadness wanted to talk to him, everything was going to be at a -2. He's a fairly
Right.
high-ranking angel, air quotes, but like not to the point that like he doesn't like give a shit about you.
Oh, yeah, that's everything.
Yeah. So he is going to help to bring the river closer to the ziggurat. What else needs to happen to get this all set up before that we call it for the night?
That's about it.
Yeah, I think that's
Is that it? Okay. So
Unless you want to ask him about Exalts, but we don't know anything.
he does. I will let you know right now. He doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
All right.
Older than angels. Got it.
Do you want to confront him about not being mortal? That's about it.
I don't think we need to,
Okay.
because, you know.
I feel like we're struggling to care about it.
Okay. That's fair.
We have Nazis.
We all have
and
secrets.
Look,
dinosaurs.
it's
and
another
Earth.
supernatural thing. It's important, but there's Nazis.
I mean, good for him.
Layla's
Good for
too
him.
busy. She's busy, like, struggling with the terrible decision she has to make, just to come in on the diverted river and kill shitloads of Nazis, as she should,
Right.
or to ride in to kill a bunch of Nazis on a machine gun T-Rex while playing the guitar, which she must. So, like, there's a tragedy in the wings no matter what.
I mean, put the T-Rex
So I
in
did
water.
have a pretty serious question about that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's that broadcast voice prana thing that lets you talk through speakers in the Infernal Charm set. And
Yes.
the Shintai version of it lets like music come through all speakers everywhere. Can you
Yes.
just put music through the speakers normally? Like if you're doing music, I can activate it and just have your music go through the
Yes.
speakers everywhere?
Yeah.
Oh, thank fucking Christ. This solves so many problems. Because at the end of this session, I get 3 XP, and that means I get to finally buy that charm. That'll help for next session.
I mean, like, if you're actually performing music, the broadcast announcement normally lets you make a broadcast, so.
Okay. So, you all are approaching in.
I never actually thought about whether you could use that charm to, like, let somebody else make an address, like if they're standing next to you.
To take the aux cord,
You never.
they could just yell
They could
into your
just
mouth.
take the aux cord, bud. So, here is my my finisher for this.
Sorry, yeah.
You all have a couple weeks to figure out how you all are going to power ballad roll onto these fucking Nazis. I don't come in here with like a fucking soundtrack if you want. I'm totally cool with it. I want to make you guys feel cool. Next episode is going to be our season finale, hopefully, of you all storming the new Tower of Babel. The river has been diverted. The dinosaur army is coming for these swastika fucks. Let's make them pay. And let's see what happens here in the past. You think that's a pretty good way to end it?
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's the only
Consult
way to
Brendan.
Yeah. So I was Devin.
Brendan.
Peter.
Holden.
And Sam.
And this is sponsored by nobody. Signing off.
This game is a collaboration between A Pair of Dice Lost and Sponsored by Nobody podcasts. You can find us at apairofdicelost.podbean.com and sponsoredbynobody.podbean.com. You can find Exalted vs. World of Darkness over at holdenshearer.wordpress.com.